We have reached the quarter-final stages of Players' Championship 16 here, live at Barnsley Metrodome. And once again, we see the Diamond Ian White, the number 9 seed, reach this stage of the tournament. And once again, we see a youngster, a product of the Junior Darts Corporation, reach this stage of the tournament. Yesterday, it was young Jared Cole, who only turns 18 tomorrow. We saw him on this streaming board earlier on. In the end, he was beaten in the quarterfinals, despite putting in some very impressive stuff over his games yesterday and today.
For the bullseye.
Today, it is Bradley Brooks, 18-year-old from Blackburn, the European champion of the Junior Darts Corporation circuit, in his first senior quarter-final, and with a semi-final tantalisingly within his grasp. He has already taken out the number 1 seed, Peter Snakebite Wright, today. He's taken out one of the form players in darts, Jermaine Watermaner. Robert Marjanovic and Titus Karnik, the German and the Pole, were also beaten by this young man from the Northwest, and he is averaging more than 95 over the course of the day.
100.
It has been very, very impressive from the teenager, but Ian White, well, he's been doing what Ian White does in these Pro Tour events, averaging
140.
more than 98 for the day. He's just averaged 105 almost in beating Keegan Brown. In fact, when you look at Ian White's opponents today, well, they're all less than half his age. He started off by beating 21-year-old Martin Schindler, the German number 2, then 20-year-old Ted Everts, who's top of the Development Tour Order of Merit. Then it was Steve Lennon, the young
58.
Irishman. And then Keegan Brown, who's still only 25. Basically, Ian White is a bigger threat to young people than childhood obesity and Pennywise the Clown combined.
60.
So it doesn't bode well for Bradley Brooks, but he's actually started all right in this leg. We shall see if he can take the fight to the diamond.
57.
Welcome to our viewers on Facebook Live, on the PDC account. All of these Players' Championship events, all 22 of them, screened on PDC TV.
85.
Every episode of the Dart Show on here as well. You get the UK Open qualifiers, you get the Euro Tour, and all the major tournaments broadcast on here.
120.
Oh, lucky. The 156 is not going to go, and Bradley Brooks
60.
could break the throw here. Ian White will not have come up against Bradley in competitive play. This would be a nice little hello for him. Can't find the 57. It would have given him a dart at bullseye.
58.
Beautiful dart. Double 18.
78.
It is an awkward switch across the board to the double 9. Too awkward on this occasion for Ian White. 56 remain. Oh, and he's missed the big number.
36.
Should have got a dart for a break of throw there, Bradley Brooks. He can't have made many mistakes today, but that was certainly one of them. Ian White deciding to split the 18.
Game shot.
And takes it out on double 4. 1-0 to the diamond. First to 6 for a spot in the semi-finals. We do know that it'll
58.
be either Steve Beaton or Dave Chisnell awaiting the winner of this one. And I've just had word that Adrian Lewis, the 2-time world champion, who we saw in action on this streaming
100.
board earlier on this afternoon, has hit the perfect leg. A 9-darter for Adrian Lewis.
96.
Jackpot is currently in action against the Grand Prix champion Daryl Gurney. That's actually a last 16 tie, competing for a place in the quarterfinals, the other half of the draw. Winner of that faces either
140.
Ryan Joyce or Brendan Dolan. So you've got a big name, major title winning player going to be taking on an unseeded player in that
95.
quarter of the draw. Steve Beaton, Dave Chisnell currently 1 apiece. Kevin Painter, the artist.
140.
Well, he did play some good stuff earlier on today, but as he's just articulated, using the hashtag PC16,
180.
There was a slight malfunction in his game earlier on. Free membership to the Kevin Painter Academy, though, so that's good. Treble 17 for the bullseye. Oof.
85.
Another one in the 16s. Don't hit the 8 again, Bradley. He doesn't. So it's his first dart at double in this one. Tries to give himself a moment to compose himself.
Game shot.
And does do. That is magnificent. 180 and then 72 from Bradley Brooks. Levels this game up.
$177.
Not a bad response from the Diamond Ian White. Ian White, of course, Stokes #1. Ranked higher than even Adrian Lewis, the two-time world champion, who's just fired in a 9-darter, and Bradley Brooks puts in his second 180. We've got a game on.
$43.
Ian White, one of the guys who has won on the circuit this year. He won one of these Players' Championship events. That was in Milton Keynes back in March.
96.
Since then, he's had a couple of semi-final runs, another final, and a quarter-final.
$100.
Incredibly consistent player, the Diamond Ian White. Particularly in these floor tournaments, as they're called, away from all the crowds.
100.
Not on a big stage, but £10,000 to the winner of each of these events. It's your bread and butter of PDC darts. Ian White, a veteran. Bradley Brooks just starting out in his career.
122.
Well, a lot to admire about this young man in the glimpses that we've seen of him so far. Tops, tops, why not? It's the old Rod Harrington route. 45 tops, tops. He did this at the match play, and Bradley Brooks very nearly pulls it off. What a way that would have been to take the lead.
Game shot.
And Ian White showing absolutely no mercy for the young man, just as he's done for every other young opponent that he's faced today.
137.
At the end of this game, Ian White will have faced 5 opponents, and their aggregate age will have been 104. That's basically like facing Ronnie Baxter
140.
and Steve Beaton back-to-back. But Steve Beaton's still doing the business, isn't he? The bronzed Adonis, 2 apiece with Dave Chisnell in their quarter-final over on board 1. Adrian Lewis closing in on victory against Daryl Gurney, 5-2 up. You may have seen
100.
Adrian Lewis and the last couple of European Tour events playing some fantastic stuff. Beaten in the semi-finals in Copenhagen, the PDC's first venture
59.
into Denmark at the weekend. Had a match dart against Mensur Suljovic, who went on to win the title in the semis. Adrian made the final in Gibraltar a couple of weeks before that, only beaten by Michael van Gerwen.
140.
No MVG here today, no Gary Anderson here as well. It's opened things up for other players to go on and claim the title. Yesterday it was Mervyn King.
100.
Could it be Adrian Lewis today picking up his first title in more than a year? Could it be Bradley Brooks? He's playing very well. But bullseye for Ian White. Gives him a break of throw. 3-1 to the Diamond. A crucial moment in this one. Brooks left stranded. 14-dart hold, 12-dart break from Ian White. 102 average. He averaged almost 105 in the previous round against Keegan Brown. And he's in there again.
140. $140.
Ian White safely lodged in the upper echelons of world darts in the world rankings. He's currently sat at 13th. He's hovered around in the top 16 for few
60.
years now. And he's done that by the consistency of his form in tournaments like this and on the European Tour. The big tournaments,
91.
very, very good at winning the first couple of rounds, and he's made 8 major televised quarterfinals, but he's never been beyond the quarterfinal stages of a big TV tournament.
140.
And that's where you get the really big money that propels you right up the rankings. And the Diamond was talking on the Dart Show the other day, saying, if I just have that one big run, and this is really frustrating for Bradley Brooks, he has to stay on the treble 20 to try and leave a finish, because a 60 will give him 100, yeah,
60.
but he was worried about knocking that first dart out, and he blocked his path. It is a frustrating one for Brooks there. But yeah, White believes if he just has that one big run at a big tournament, he'll be shooting up the rankings, and it could happen in a few weeks' time at the Bet Victor World Match Play.
90.
He's a quarter-finalist there before, and he very nearly beat Michael van Gerwen in that quarter-final, took a commanding lead, and then was just reeled in
83.
by MVG, who has set his sights on winning that title once more. Single 18 leaves tops.
31.
A chance for Brooks to break back. Treble 19 leaves the bull. Bullseye for Bradley Brooks. He's just seen Ian White take out a bullseye finish.
Game
And
shot.
the young man from Blackburn responds in kind. 127 in game for a 15-dart break.
$140.
Ian White averaging 100. Brooks averaging 98. If this young man is nervous about the possibility of finding himself in a ranking
140.
semi-final in senior darts, he's not showing it.
91. $83.
Bradley is playing a lot of darts at the moment. He got his tour card at Q School, which is very, very tough when you look at some of the players who haven't managed to do it.
180.
But that is a third 180, and he is really showing everyone what he is capable of. He's playing on the development tour, which is, as the name suggests, for players under the age of 24 who
100.
play 4 tournaments in a weekend, £2,000 to the winner of each tournament. He's made a final already this year, and double top for 3 apiece.
Game shot.
Magnificent stuff from Bradley Brooks. He has just taken out 127 check out on the bull for a 15-dart break. He's backed that up with a 12-dart hold of throw. He's averaging more than 100 right now.
100.
You can check out all the stats. If you go to tv.dartconnect.com, it will fill you in on every single visit of the games as they are going on around Barnsley right now. I can tell you that
77.
Brendan Dolan is 5-4 up on Ryan Joyce. Steve Beaton 5-3 on Dave Chisnell. Darren Webster 5-2 on Danny Nopper. And you can watch the breakdown visit by visit of every game
180.
today as Ian White puts in a maximum. 4 in this game, only 1 of them to the world number 13 and number 9
45.
seed here. 3 of them to the 18-year-old from Blackburn in his first ever senior quarter-final in PDC darts.
$45.
He was a first-round loser yesterday, Bradley Brooks. The previous Players' Championship weekend, he won
140.
1 game. Went out in the second round and went out in the first round on the Saturday. Weekend before that, it was the same thing. 1 game out of 2 events. It has not been easy. It's been a baptism of fire going up against the best players in the world in his very first year. And look what he's doing today. It's all clicked. It's all clicked for Bradley Brooks, and he's putting enormous amounts of pressure on the Diamond Ian White. Double 16.
Game shot.
Do not underestimate how much bottle that took from the diamond.
$100.
Bit of a lurch with that last dart from Bradley Brooks.
$41.
103 average for Bradley Brooks. This is world-class stuff.
180.
Absolutely world-class stuff from him. 5 180s. We are only in the 8th leg. It takes something to go and play
46.
to a ton-plus average standard. That is what these guys expect of themselves. That's the elite level that PDC Darts is at. But for an 18-year-old to produce it in what is the biggest game of his career right now, probably even bigger than the European Championship final in the JDC circuit, the Junior Darts Corporation. He beat a guy called Jared Cole, who we saw have a run yesterday to his first senior quarter-final here in Barnsley. Could he? Well, he didn't get the second treble that he was after.
83.
But he will come back with 2 darts for the leg to level this up at 4 apiece. Nobody has taken 4 legs off Ian White so far today, because the diamond has been averaging more than 98. He's averaging 101 in this game. But Bradley Brooks is going toe-to-toe with one of the most experienced and consistent performers in world darts.
36.
He has just made a slip there. Could he be punished? He won't be. And you see Brooks, he could not wait to just get back to preparing for his next visit. He was anxiously looking over Ian White's shoulder to see if he'd take out the 140. Double 10.
Game shot.
It's in the corner, but it will do. And Bradley Brooks does take us to 4 apiece. Ian White has not been involved in a battle like this so far today. The German number 2 Martin Schindler couldn't do it. Ted Everts, top of the development tour, couldn't do it. Steve Lennon, a Euro Tour finalist this year, only got 3 legs against him, as did Keegan Brown, a former world youth champion. But Bradley Brooks is stepping up to the plate.
96.
Ian East knows the score. On both counts, he is 100% correct. Steve Beaton has been playing some gorgeous stuff, and he's completed a 6-3 win over Dave Chisnell. 97.4 average for the bronzed Adonis.
140.
It was 101 average for Darren Webster. He's seen off Danny Noppert.
140.
It means that Beaton is in the semi-finals and awaits the winner of this one.
140.
A trio of ton 40s for the Diamond Ian White leaves him 81. Brooks is trying to get to a finish, but it's not going to happen.
84.
A full 100 behind, so Ian White doesn't have to use the bullseye at the end of this. Treble 10. And a single 12 or 20.
49.
Elects for the latter, because that leaves him 3 clear darts at double 16 to edge back into the lead. Bradley Brooks has never been ahead in this game. He was 3-1 down, but immediately struck back
99.
at Ian White. And he has been keeping pace with him, but every single time he draws level, Ian White pulls away, and a 13-darter edges him towards a showdown with the bronzed Adonis in the semi-finals. But with both men averaging over a ton in this one,
58.
Genuinely anything could happen. Brooks has already hit 5 180s in this game. A couple more between now and the end, and it might just swing it his way.
$83.
Ian White regular on the European Tour. He's a former Euro Tour
100.
finalist. Never won one of those titles. Still searching for a big stage PDC title. But you will see him this weekend in Hamburg as the European Tour continues. We've just been in Copenhagen and Gibraltar.
140.
Ian White's best performance came at the German Darts Open, where he beat Michael van Gerwen this year. But it was
100.
won by another up-and-coming young player. Has been up-and-coming for a few years, to be honest. Max Hopp, only 21 years old, became the first German ever to win a PDC ranking event. Beat Michael Smith in the final in Saarbrücken in front of 3,000 fans.
125.
Ian White has got himself to a finish.
$78.
Bradley Brooks has left a bogey number, and that means that Ian White gets 2 visits from here. Bradley cannot finish 165 in his next visit. Ian White could end this right now. He won't do.
121.
But he will leave himself 3 darts at double 16. A fabulous game this has been. And Bradley Brooks, a superb
95.
talent. 2 days running here in Barnsley, we've seen teenagers make their first senior quarter-finals in PDC darts.
Game shot and the match.
But the run comes to an end. Bradley Brooks, the 18-year-old, take a bow. Superb effort from him. A 99 average from the teenager. But the Diamond Ian White is in the semi-finals. He knows he had to work hard for that. 102 average in the end from the world number 13. And it'll be the Diamond versus the Bronzed Adonis for a spot in the final of Players' Championship 16.